Welcome to a February prompt TBR. I think this is going to be the last time that I probably wear this vest because it was a lot longer when I purchased it. I don't know why it got so short. I guess in the dryer, but anyways, let's pick our TBR prompts to pick our next reads for the month. I guess I do need it to clip my mic here. Okay, our first prompt. Did you do laundry in the past 3 days? If yes, pick a fresh new book. If not, pick something older. I actually did do the laundry yesterday. So it is within the past 3 days. So I get to pick a fresh new book, meaning a new purchase. Ooh, what new purchase should I pick? Pretty much all of the new purchases will be down here. Ooh, okay. I really want to read Caught Up by Liz Tomforty, the baseball romance. Ooh, I just purchased this one, A Crane Among Wolves. This is set in 1506 in Korea, which was then called Joseon. I believe this is YA, so I feel like it'd be a fast read too. I also want to read The Striker by Anna Huang. It's a pretty thick book. Okay, I swear I will be reorganizing my books after this video because I cannot keep picking books like this. I also am interested in reading The Correspondent by Virginia Evans. This is so interesting. It's written in letters. And I also know that this got really great reviews. Okay, we'll stop there. So we could do The Correspondent. We can do The Striker, which is about the Premier League, which is soccer or football in the UK. It's a romance book, obviously. And then we have A Crane Among Wolves by Junher. And then we have Caught Up by Liz Tomforty. I'm interested in reading all of these books. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna pick The Correspondent by Virginia Evans. I feel like it also fits the prompt the best because I feel like this was most recently published compared to these three. Yeah, I'm gonna pick this one. Oh, right. So she writes letters to the people in her life, but one person she writes to, she doesn't ever send them. Now I think she has to have that person read the letters she never sent, and then she realizes something and has to forgive something. Oh no, is it a sad book? It's okay. Crush my heart. So I'm gonna put this here so we know what we have so far. Let's pick our next prompt. A story that takes place somewhere you want to visit. Oh. Where would I want to visit? I mean, I guess visiting space would be kind of cool. Terrifying, but cool. And I also wanted to finish this before the movie comes out, I think at the end of March. So a contender. I'll leave that there. So this is what we already have, and these are contenders for this prompt. Where do I want to visit? I'm assuming maybe a fantasy place. Where do I want to visit? The Floating World by Axie O. Do I want to visit a floating world? That'd be cool. Sunho lives in the underworld, and I think he woke up with amnesia and only remembers his name and his sword. So then he does odd jobs to scrape by until he gets a big job to hunt down a girl so that he gets a chest of coins. And the girl that he needs to hunt down is a spirited acrobat who is traveling and performing with her adoptive family. Then this human-like demon attacks this village. Oh, and then she kills the monster, but then her uncle is very dangerously wounded, so she's trying to save him, and that's where they join forces together to go in search of something that might save the uncle. Not sure I want to visit this particular area where a human-like demon attacks the village, but I mean the area itself, the floating world, that sounds pretty cool. And it is more of a magic, so when can you live in magic? So I guess I will put this as a contender. Emily Wells' Map of the Otherlands by Heather Fawcett. That'd be a cool place to visit with a bunch of fairies in different realms. And this is book 2. It's been a while since I've read the first book, so I hope I remember a lot from it if I end up picking this one. I have no idea what this book is about. I have tried so intentionally to avoid spoilers, but this is on my 26 books that I want to read in 2026, so it'd be a good start to get a move on that list. But do I want to visit this world? She kills a wolf in the woods, then is dragged to a land that she only knows about from legends. She discovers that her captor is not truly a beast, but one of lethal immortal fairies who once ruled her world. So she adapts to her new home, and she starts having feelings for the fairy, but still something is not right in the fairylands. I wouldn't want to live here, but I do want to visit, which is what the prompt says. So I'll put this as a contender. I think I'll stop there. I actually have no idea which book I want to pick. This one, the movie's coming out, so I really have a time limit on this thing. This one, okay, I guess I could wait on this one. This one, I feel like realistically, out of all the prompts, this is the place that I might want to visit the most. Unless, does it get dangerous in this book? But this is also on my 26 books of 2026, and I really, really want to finally start this series. Okay, so we will take that one out. And in this case, I feel like these two are much stronger, so I'll take that one out. Okay, now help me out. I know that this is a book that everyone really loves, but I also know that this is a popular book, but also I've also heard mixed reviews about it. Which one do I pick? I promised myself that I would read this before the movie comes out. I will pick this as my selection. Hopefully in the next prompt or so, I will be able to pick this book. I'm doing good. I do want to read this. And it'd be nice to go to space. And just in case I die within the first minute that I'm in this world when I'm visiting, this would be a safer choice, I guess. Picking these books are actually more difficult than it looks. I'm having fun, but it's also very difficult. Pick a book you bought for the aesthetic but have never read. I buy a lot of books for the aesthetic, but one in particular stands out. I purchased Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins because this book is just so beautiful. It's different. It reminds me of Emily Wilde books because it's hardcover, and then you have the sprayed edges here. It just looks really French-esque, I guess. So this one definitely. I forgot what it's about though. Oh, the paper feels a little different too. I feel like this book was popular back a while ago when Book Talk first started, but now I feel like no one's really talking about it. Let me look it up and see what it's about. Oh, okay. A girl is sent to boarding school in Paris where she falls for a charming boy, but he's already taken. So will she get her happily ever after? It is also YA. This book falls so perfectly well with this prompt, so definitely a contender. This book that I have on display, I for sure bought because of the aesthetic, is Circe by Madeline Miller. It says, it's a powerful sorceress banished by Zeus finds her strength, navigating mythology's greatest figures and defying the wrath of vengeful gods. Oh, so she has to choose whether she belongs with the gods that she is born from or the mortals who she has come to love. It is ancient history fiction, folklore, and literary fiction. But just look how beautiful this cover is. Isn't this so beautiful? Oh my gosh, I can't stop staring at it, which is why I have it on display. Ah, it's so beautiful. And I know people like this book. It's pretty much a classic. And another one that I have, yes. For sure, I will be buying shelves soon. I cannot live like this. It does look quite aesthetically pleasing to me anyways, but it's definitely not functional. So I was looking for the Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. Again, this is the same type of design for these books. I just think it's so beautiful. I know that this is a sad book. I'm not entirely sure about this one. The mood so far is not like super happy-go-lucky romance summary vibes. So I'm kind of nervous about this one. Well, I guess this one would be more of a romance kind of lighthearted, hopefully vibes, especially because it's a young adult. I definitely bought A Theory of Dreaming by Ava Reid because of its cover and just like, look how beautiful this is. But it is still January because I'm filming this for the beginning of February and I have not finished A Study in Drowning, but I will. I cannot consciously pick this one knowing that I have not actually completed that book yet. So I can't put this in the running, but this is definitely a book that I bought for its aesthetic. Now that I've finished the Caravel series, I can finish this Spectacular, which is a holiday novella. Wow, and it's like really, it looks like very easy to read. I'm actually not sure what this is about. Oh, it's a short novella following everyone. Okay, we could put this in the running. I also bought this book, Catching Fire by Suzanne Collins, which is the second book in the Hunger Games series because of its aesthetic. I could have totally bought a cheaper, more or used book of this book, but I purchased a new, really pretty cover with a sprayed edge. Yeah, I definitely bought this book in particular for its aesthetic, so I'm gonna put this as a contender because I want to continue the Hunger Games series. I really enjoyed the Hunger Games, the first book. I feel like I only watched the first movie and then after that, I don't know what happens. So this will be a complete surprise to me. I'm hoping that this is still good compared to the Hunger Games, the first book. I think we have a good mix of what I can choose. You know what? I'm gonna go for this one because I've had this book for such a long time on my TBR. So I just want to read it already. And I did honestly buy this because of the cover and its aesthetic. And I have basically no idea what it's about, except for that short synopsis that I told you. This is the collector's edition. Like I for sure bought this because of the aesthetic. Okay, I'm gonna pick this one. A nice young adult romance book. Hopefully to offset these two. Next. This is your reminder to drink water. Pick a book that has water on the cover. This is also your reminder to drink water. Let me get some water. You know what? That was actually really good. That was a really good reminder and a good prompt. So I have to pick a book that has water on the cover. Ooh! We have The Sword of Kaigen by M.L. Wang. Definitely has water on the cover. This is so raved about. It's also a lot thicker than I thought it would be, so it makes me a little bit nervous. I hope it's easy to understand because it does look kind of complicated according to the back of the book. It looks like he's been training to be a fighter his entire life. The female main character gets married into the guy's family, but then they have to brace themselves for a threat of invasion. So when the war reaches their peninsula, will the Matsuda family have the strength to defend their empire, or will they tear each other apart before the true enemies ever reach their shores? So it looks like a lot of internal conflict as well amongst themselves, but this definitely has water, and I've heard so many great things about this book. I've actually never heard anything bad about this book, so I'm kind of excited to read it. Water, water, water. Oh my gosh. I still haven't read The House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. I really need to read this book because I am so behind. I feel like everybody else has read this book already. Our main character is a caseworker in the department in charge of magical youth, and he's summoned by upper management to travel to an orphanage on a distant island so that he could determine whether 6 dangerous magical children are in fact dangerous. But then as they grow closer, he will do anything to keep these children safe. So I assume that these are not dangerous children, and this bond just sounds amazing. Okay, definitely a contender. Then we have My Friends by Frederick Bachman. This obviously has water on it. I have been meaning to read this book. Oh my gosh, it got so much hype last year. Everyone seemed to love it. I'm the only one who hasn't read it yet. So 2 decades ago, a group of teenagers find refuge from their bruising home lives. And then I think it also follows somebody else who happens upon a painting that might change things for her. You know what? I'm not entirely sure. I just know that this has a lot of hype on it. Definitely has a lot of water on it. Okay, and then The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna also has water on it, if you can see like the water droplets on the window, I guess. And this is a book that is also on my TBR for 26 books of 2026. I've heard so many good things about it. It's a historical fiction following 2 women who are sisters, and it's set in a World War II setting. Yeah, and I think that they end up having to be on the opposite sides of the war because of certain circumstances and how their lives turned out. So this is definitely a contender. That's a lot of blue books that I have here. I have 2 serious books and 1 romance book. I'm wondering if I should pick a romance book. But I feel like all the books with the blue covers are kind of serious. It has a very serious tone to it. Oh, okay. So they're obviously on a pier, but I don't see the water. Does that count? I don't see the water. Is this the water, but can it be counted as water? Because it doesn't look like water. And hook, line, and sinker, it's obviously a reference to fishing. And it appears that they're on the pier. This is the only non-serious one, so I'm just going to put that as a contender. Okay, we'll leave it at that. Someone please help me. Which one do I want to pick? You know what? I'm drawn towards this one. I don't know why. I'm interested in all of them, but I feel like at this moment in time, drawn mostly towards this one. So this is going to be our 4th pick. Okay, had to take a quick break, but I'm back. Water again. That's a good reminder. I like that prompt. She woke up, so now she's here. Use a random emoji generator. Pick a book that matches this emoji. Can you guys see? I guess I have to use that on my phone. Random emoji generator. I'm just gonna go with the first website that pops up. Okay, it's a snail. A snail as a random emoji? What would match with a snail? What? Maybe nature? I don't think I have any books with a snail on it, to be honest. I'm just gonna pick a book that seems slow. Maybe like a slow burn, something a little bit slower paced. Okay, so then maybe something cozy, right? The Midnight Library, is this a slow paced book? I'm gonna put this as a contender because I don't know. Oh, this had water on it. Oh well. Okay, I picked 2 cozy books because I feel like that's really what I can do for this particular emoji. So Fall I Want by Lyra Parrish, which is a billionaire romance in a small town. And then we have A Fellowship of Bakers and Magic by Jay Penner. I've heard good things about this book. It's supposed to be about, obviously, baking. I think she is a mortal who is so good at baking that she enters a magic baking competition. So that's in the running. Is there any book that has a snail on it? No. And this one does look like it's a little bit slower paced. So A Man Called Ovi by Frederick Bachman. This is the first Frederick Bachman book that I bought, actually. So I'm going to put this in the running. Okay, so out of these 4, which one matches the snail emoji the best? I feel like this is in the outside, so snails are normally outside. So this is a good contender. And I think this is one of the more earlier books for Frederick Bachman compared to My Friends. So Maybe I should start with this one. This one, I don't know. Unless it's like French, I don't know that it has a snail themed background. And then Fall I Want. I am interested in reading this book. I really am interested in reading this book. And it gives such cozy vibes. It's definitely a snail vibe, very slow. Oh, this is about living a different life. Then right off the bat, I will eliminate this one. So we're left with these three. This one I do want to read, but I don't feel like it matches the theme as well. I feel like these two match the emoji better. Which one matches more? This one I feel like matches the snail better. It's outside, it seems slower paced, and I want to read a Frederick Bachman book. And I feel like this backlog is a good place to start. A Man Called Ovi. Okay, I have picked our 5 books for the month of February. To recap, we have A Man Called Ovi by Frederick Bachman, The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune, Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins, Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir, and The Correspondent by Virginia Evans. I'm so excited for these books. I feel like I am finally getting through my TBR and I just feel so good about it. I only have 1 romance book in here. Can you believe that? I'm gonna have to offset with some additional romance books that are not in my physical TBR. But thank you so much for joining me. I had so much fun. And drink your water. I will see you guys next time. Bye!